An equal sign. Use an inequality, not an equal sign. As we're doing today's work, you're going to be tempted in the second, third, or fourth steps to add an equal sign because you're so great at solving equations. This is not an equation. It is completely different. Example 1. It tells you to solve and graph the inequality. There are 2 steps to this problem. First step, let's solve it. Well, there's 2 things going on to the x on the left side and a number on the right. Let's draw a line down the inequality. Just like the house with equations, I'm looking at the 5 and the 2. What number do I move first? Which number is farthest away from the x? Mom comes home, says friends gotta go. Reese, what number? Let's move it. Reese, how would I move that positive 2? Great. Wow, this looks a lot like an equation. 17 minus 2 is 15. Bring down the inequality sign. 5x is less than or equal to 15. What do I do to both sides now, Sierra? 5 times x is currently happening on the left, so let's do the opposite. X would be less than or equal to. Don't put an equal sign, it's not an equation. X is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so I solved it, but they also want me to do something else. They want me to graph. Go to your graph. Where does my dots go, Mason? What number do I start at? Sure. Is it an open or closed circle, Lauren? Pac-Man has a chin, fill the circle. So we're filled in, it's gonna go left or right. Let's read the inequality again. X is, what was that sign again, Justice? How do I say that sign? Okay, so let's read it. X is less than or equal to 3. Less than 3. Less than, no one caught my blunder. Less than or equal to 3. Well, 2 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3. So this needs to be pointing left. Question about that? Row 1, I saw a fumble. Since the x is on the left, you could also look at the arrow and see it's pointing left. That's only going to work if your variable is on the left, though. Don't default to that. Number 2, x is on the right side. Let's see what it changes. First step, Logan, what do I do?
Well, first, since the 3 is farther from the x, so you would minus 3
Great.
on both sides, and 3, and then you bring the 9 down, 9x, and 21 minus 3 would be 18.
Great. Sean, what do I do for my second step?
Sorry, I was doing it.
You're okay. Let's look at the board. Are you caught up with me? So 9x is on the right, 18 is on the left. How do I get the x by itself if it's 9 times? It's currently multiplied. Yeah, let's do the opposite. If it's currently multiplying, do the opposite. X is greater than or equal to 9. Cameron. Grr, another blunder. What's happening? Jameson or Logan, mark 1. Okay, now we're squared away. Good thing. If you ever get a 9 on an inequality and it says to graph it, it's probably not going to be correct if it goes off. But if it is, you can always extend your graph. 6, 7, 8, 9. But we don't need to do that. Hadley, where does my dot start at? And is it open or closed page? Pac-Man has a chin. And let's read it. X is greater than or equal to 2. X is greater than. The sign is pointing bigger to x. 2. Does my graph go left or does it go right? Let's vote. I think we might have some debates. Does it go left or right? Vote on 3. 1, 2, 3. Show me. Left or right? Someone Most of us agree. Hands down, Tessa, which direction? It is going to go to the right because it's greater than. The x is on this side. Why can't I just move the arrow over and see it's pointing left for this problem? Cameron.
Because x is greater than 2.
Yeah,
So it would be going
correct. So always resort back to your language and read it from the variable to the number. Don't just default to the arrow. Try this one on your own. Go. You can't cross out the left side. No. All right. The answer should be x is greater than or equal to 3. 3 is where you start. It is a closed circle. And let's go to Nora. Does my arrow go left or right? Agree with that? Silent yes. Disagree? Silent no. Few of us agree. Few of us disagree. Awesome. Let's dive into it. Logan, why do you disagree with it going left?
Well, she said it's going left.
Right. Why do you disagree with that?
I don't disagree.
Okay, you were convinced. Great job, Mr. MacD and Nora, for convincing Logan. It is left. If you disagree still, raise your hand. Why do you still disagree, Chad? So always read from the variable to the number. X is bigger than. Even though the symbol is read if it's by itself as less than, you can rewrite it. If you want to rewrite it as x is greater than, you can just flip the x to the left. And do you notice how the bigger part is still eating the x? The alligator is eating the x. That means x is bigger than. I don't use the alligator language a lot. That's your 5th grade teacher did though, right? Yeah. It's fine if you want to think about it like an alligator. X is bigger than or equal to 3. The biggest blunder that you'll make in 6th and 7th grade is mixing up that graph. If the x ends up on the right side, be very careful. Last example. 3. Let's rewrite this one. No, you don't need to rewrite it. We're fine. There's room. Start out by moving the 1 to both sides. 2 is less than x over 2. What do I do from here when I have an x over a 2? Jackson. Okay, can you tell me more? You said to multiply 2, and then it was next to the x. Do I do anything else on this side? What do I do on this side after I cross cancel? What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So what do I do over here? Sure. You don't have to make a fraction, but you could. It doesn't change anything. Since it's a whole number, Jackson, do you agree with that? Okay, let's do 2 times 2 is 4. Do I have to cross cancel this 2 with that 2? No, because there's no number underneath. Make it a 4, make it less than, and x. X is something to 4. X is something to 4. What would I fill in with that to make sense of this problem? Tessa, what sign do you want to use? Great. Let's rewrite it, and that's going to help me graph it. Put an open circle. Pac-Man doesn't have a chin. Don't fill it in. Lauren, do you have a question? Okay. Okay. Awesome. One more. You're catching on. This guy is a giant division bar. What do I do first? Subtract 3 or multiply 2? Do I subtract 3 or multiply 2? Why do I multiply by 2, Justice?
Because it's farthest away from you.
This one's kind of tricky because it's actually like kind of even. I'd say it's a tie. I'd have to get out my ruler to really know, but the 3 almost looks farther away. The thing that's tricky about these problems is when there's a division bar, the 2 is locking in the 3. When you see a division bar, it's kind of like taking it captive and it's locked in. You need to get rid of the division bar. Multiply by 2 on both sides to do that. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. What is my final step to get done by itself, Avery? Good. And you'll end up with n is greater than negative 7. N is on the left side, so I'm good to put my dot on the negative 7. I don't see a negative 7. Direct me where I should put the dots, Colton. Great. And is it an open or closed circle? It's open. Which way does it go? Left or right? Mara. Which numbers are bigger than negative 7? Negative 8 kind of looks bigger than negative 7. Do you agree? Is negative 8 a bigger number? These ones get tricky. Right. I still do that sometimes. 0 is bigger than negative 7, so let's go that direction. There it is. Next page, please. You have a page that does not look blank. It looks like this. Oh, nice.
I already finished.
Cool. So the gold problem is extravagant. It's just very tricky. Yeah. I did not put a gold. So you have a whole bunch of bronze problems. There's one I want you to cross out though. Go ahead and slide your pencil down to number 5. Cross out number 5. You do not know the trick to that problem. You can, but be very careful. Look at the graph and your answer. It's not going to be what you think. Cross out number 5. Cross out number 9. If you want to attempt 9, be very careful. 9's on the back. Cross out. That's all. 5 and 9. Number 5, number 9.
I think this is my homework. Was that the homework?
Yeah.
It was? Okay, please show me my answer.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
So I was looking over it and I didn't understand number 4.
That one was tricky. We did that on the boards. If you put a 13 number 4 here. and a 14 over 5 there. You can cross out the 4 and the 14 because 2 divides evenly by 4 and by 14.
Oh.
So 5 times 2 would be 10, 7 times 13 is
91?
Yeah, that's how they got that smaller.
Oh.
We did that one on the board real quickly.
Yeah, you usually rest.
Sign up. There should be a blank page, I think.
When would I multiply 3 by 2?
I'm going to start by moving the 2 over. So I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. Treat this like an equation and get n over 3 is greater than -2.
Oh.
Then multiply by 3.
Thank you.
Make sure on number 1 that your work looks similar to mine. If you don't have enough space to rewrite it, Aiden, pencil to paper. You can get scratch paper, but if you do have room, go ahead and make sure it's set up like that. And it's bigger than -6. After you have the inequality, I'm seeing a lot of people writing in this tiny space up here. If you're choosing to use this page, I want you to rewrite it under the graph. So rewrite it like that. Let's check if you guys did check. Jameson, I do have your test. Logan, I have your test. Tessa, Sierra, I have your test. Did you guys not finish? Okay, that's why they're great. Did you finish, Tessa? Okay. Cool. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5 is
Wait,
10.
never mind. I just remembered.